Today, drama means murder mystery, drama means soulmate, and drama means flirting in a room of dead bodies. Hi, welcome to DramaMeans. Today we're talking about the 2025 Chinese drama Coroner's Diary.
And first, a summary. After her family is unjustly massacred to cover up a murder, a young woman takes on a new identity as a medical examiner, investigating a variety of mysterious crimes while she tries to clear her family's name. So this is another one of those like science in the olden times period dramas, right? Like it's like, oh, look at the science that we had back then, and then they're really smart and they do smart things.
Yes. A long time ago, my first one that I've seen similar to this, where it's like set in like ancient times, and it's a TVB drama, and it's based off of a character called Song Qi, and I don't know if he's actually a historical person.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different like dramas based off this character who's like this famous coroner that came up with all these different like
medical techniques. Yeah.
So,
well, my favorite ever, I mean, the best one to ever do it. It was not so coroner as it was like CSI, but in the West was Briscoe County Jr. Like that's the real origin of like the like science guy in the Old West. Like Bruce Campbell, the best.
Yeah.
A little bit different here.
Yeah. So, I do like watching some of these, except for now it's like so many of them, and it gets a little like rinse and repeat nowadays because there's been so many different coroner dramas.
Well, I will have to say I kind of dropped this one for the most part. And it's not even because it's bad. It's just we were in a string of like Chinese costume dramas, and it just felt the same. It felt like it was the same thing we watched. And honestly, when I think about scenes from this one, I think about scenes from other ones. And I'm like, oh, is this the one where no, not this one? Oh, but is this the one where no, not either. So it's just, it is a little, like you say, rinse and repeat. There's only so much you can do. And some of these dramas just retread the same tropes, the same scenes, like shot for shot, the same like meet cutes and the same like drama and the same like lovey-dovey looks. Like, I find something new to do.
But you say that, but actually this one does a better job than a lot of the other ones.
Again, not questioning the quality. It just felt the same as the three things we watched before it, and I just like, I want to watch something else, not this. So honestly, it's one of those that I dropped that didn't really deserve it, probably, but I just couldn't go there. I had no interest. I like the cast, like I like my homeboy from Blood of Youth. Like that's my homie right there. Like, but
are you allowed to call him homie? Like he doesn't know you. You have to like actually know each other to be like homies.
That's my on-screen homie. Like I support him. I look at him like, all right, I'm glad he's in this. Like I like to see his face. I like his little doe-eyed expressions. He kind of plays a dummy the best, though.
He is not a dummy, but
he's not. But he plays that
in this as his character.
Maybe that's why I didn't like this one. Stick to what you're good at, mister.
The thing is, his character had a lot of like personality elements as his character in Blood of Youth, and it's that kind of like a little playful. Like he has like a very serious side, but he's more playful in this one. The action in this is actually really good. I think the main thing that I love the most is it's pretty well balanced between the cases and the romance. Even if that means like the romance is during like cutting up a dead body.
Which is weird because like it's funny because I was on a show and in the writer's room we always talked about the two lead characters. Sex for our show was building bombs, putting guns together, going on missions. That was like sexy time while they looked at each other and built, an exploding banana, whatever, not that. But like this is the same thing. It's like their investigations are the sex of the show. It's just a little weird that's happening in a room full of dead bodies. Like you have to be in a particular mood for that to be sexy.
And the thing is, they do it well because there are times, and I think their coupling is so good because it is exactly what I look for in a couple. It is like the yin and yang of like,
they fit together, they're complementary, they trust each other. It's all the things that like get you going.
yeah, and it's just literally like she knows what her part is and she will do her part, and he trusts that she's going to do her part, and she trusts him that he's going to do his part, and he always does. And it's just like he's going to do the detective work and she's going to find, like the clues within like the coroner aspect of it.
Right, and within each case, and they're gonna suss out the things, and they're gonna work. They're a good team.
Yeah.
It's a bad way of saying they're a good team.
Yes. So it's just kind of perfect. And the way that they develop their characters is really good. It's not like, I mean, I guess people would call it a slow burn, but it was just very natural. They go from like, she's afraid of him because she's afraid that he's going to learn her secret. And he suspects her because she could be a suspect at any moment. And he needs to know like what's her agenda, what's her goal. And like they kind of like learn from each other. And, so it's just like this good balance. This takes time to like develop their relationship, their feelings for each other. The cute moments when he's like a little jealous and he like basically sabotages his cousin because his cousin was kind of interested in her. So then he like kind of sabotages like the moment that the cousin wants to act on like pursuing her.
Right.
And so like he's like he knows and he's just gonna like, nope, I'm gonna swoop in. And it's not like mean and vindictive.
It's
like
just a little petty.
Yeah, I mean like they're both, on equal footing, and he just kind of went in and was like, I want to pursue her, so I can't possibly let my cousin pursue her. And so the moment that the words like I want to pursue her comes out of, the cousin's mouth, he's going to have to back down, and he doesn't want to back down. So he cuts that off like before it even like can start. So I kind of do like that. It just shows like he's very like decisive. He's like smart and he's like witty, but he's cute and he's a little playful and he has this boyish charm, and that's like I think that's where his charm is always, is that boyish charm, like
right.
kind of. So it worked so well. Every story helps their relationship, and I do have to say they put more emphasis on their relationship. But also with like the different characters in this, I feel like I appreciated this most because like all the side characters work really well also.
Yeah, I remember you saying that like this one, you're like, hey, you should watch this one again. That the dumb maid isn't dumb.
She is literally the best maid out of all of these like costume dramas, and like the lead woman has like a maid that is supposed to be like on her side. Like this maid is the best and most well written maid I have ever seen in any of these ancient costume dramas.
It's a weird compliment. You guys write maids really good. No, but I think there's characters, I think we talked about this before, about there's characters that you write or that shows do, and the character's entire purpose is to argue against what the main character wants. For an audience, that's really frustrating. Like, you can't like that character if they're constantly being like, no, you can't go and hang out with the handsome prince. And it's like, that's what we're trying to watch, asshole. Shut up. And when they keep doing that, which a lot of these maid characters are just written to be that voice of opposition.
Yeah.
And again, the male characters are given the helper or like, the consort that like is their like right-hand man. And sometimes those end up being a little more active. They're helping the goal of the main character, whereas the main characters are so often written as an obstacle from the character that we like. So of course we're going to hate you.
Yeah. And it's just the main character, she's so like on top of things. She does what she's told. She does stuff that she doesn't need to be told and still already does it. She doesn't say things like at the wrong time. She's always like helping the girl, and it's just like she doesn't like freak out. She's super like smart and you know, helpful and just all that kind of stuff. And you know, like her relationship budded, you know, with his I think second in command before their the main couple relationship budded. And it's just like, and it was nice to see. And like, we really like both characters. And even though his second in command always like kind of speaks out of turn and like says something dumb, and he's, you know, like he's lovable, he doesn't like ruin anything for them. And just like his devotion to the little maid, that's like cute. And so you get like these two cute couples already, like kind of early on in the whole story.
I don't know what the obsession with some dramas of making like characters really dumb, like the side characters, or I get like comic relief characters, but they make these people so stupid most of the time that you're like just so angry you have to watch stupidity. And I'm like, there's enough stupidity in the world. I think we're okay making everyone smart, making everyone part of the story. And like people can make mistakes. People can like do the wrong thing that throws in dramatic complications, but they don't have to be dumb as a brick also.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little condescending towards the audience to be like, oh, well, in order for someone to make a mistake, they need to be the dumbest human alive.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that. Like, there's like moments they love playing on this, like when people first watch her like cut up the body, and like before they don't like, I guess coroners didn't really cut up the body that often. They just like kind of,
well, before that science was a science, there'd be no reason. You'd die of a heart attack. You'd die of mysterious causes.
yeah. And so people like the new people start like throwing up watching her like cut up the body, to the point where there was this one guy. Oh, he was the one that she was originally supposed to be betrothed to.
Oh, okay.
And then he didn't want to, I think he didn't want to marry like a sickly girl or something.
No one wants to marry the sickly princess.
And none of them are princesses.
I know. I'm saying like princess as like you're like, she's my princess. No one wants a sickly princess.
Anyway, so then he didn't want to marry her, and then she obviously like pushed, like decided, I don't know, like rejected the betrothal or whatever it was. And then he like meets her and thinks she's like he says some like dumb shit, and then so she puts him in his place. Then he realizes how amazing she is, and then so he tries to like get with her again, and she's like, no thank you.
A dummy.
Yeah. And then he watches her cut up the body, and then also he's like, oh, she is way too good for me. And it's just like these small annoying characters have like these likable moments, which I kind of like.
Well, I think it's important that you give all your characters, just equal footing. Like, you can make unlikable characters, but like you as the writer should like your characters. You should want things for your characters. So even if they're unlikable or an obstacle or annoying, you still have to care about them in a weird way.
Yeah, but also with like people, they have different aspects to their personalities. They're not just like 100% of the time annoying. Like,
well, they are if they're the snivelly guy in the scene with the court people and they're like, what should we scheme this week, sir? Those guys are just annoying.
Yeah, but like, if you think of them as humans, right? Like they go home and they have a certain personality and their family loves them and stuff like that. So like, I like to see a more well-rounded character and not just someone like, oh, this is a fake, artificial character that like only has one personality, like one aspect to their personality. And so I do like those moments where like this guy, you could tell he's kind of a douche, right? But he has like, he's not like oppressive. He's not forceful where like, oh, you have to marry me now because I want you. And I think, it's like, oh, he realizes, oh, I am not up to her standards kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the opposite is you turn your characters into these like NPCs where, the sword shop guy only exists at the sword shop and he can't possibly have a wife and family at home because you go and get your swords from him. And you're like, they just so one-dimensional is almost insulting when you talk about characters like that, because you're like, no, there's no dimensions. They're literally just to spit out lines of obstacle, and I don't know, it's boring. I think we all can do better. And so when a drama does better, we should call it out and say, yeah.
Some of the stuff that I'm not so sure about is actually the cases. Their cases are a little generic, a little like nothing we haven't seen before. They really liked that visual of like the headless bride, so they decided to do it over and over again. They had the first case was the headless bride, and then like another case they had a headless body, just like sitting up, and it was just kind of like, I know you really like that, or you just bought the new headless like dummy, but but it's just kind of like, okay, we get it. We're like,
wait, this isn't the show with the like the demon brides and
no,
and the like eagle brides and the eel brides and all that
no,
stuff.
no.
See what I mean? I'm just imagining the wrong show. So when you said headless bride, I'm like, oh yeah, the bride that was actually like an owl.
No,
Totally different show.
That was Demon Hunter's Romance.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
There's nothing supernatural in this.
Right.
The thing is, whoever like the murderer is, they try to dress it like it's like impossible to be an actual like, assailant. It's someone like it looks
must be a ghost.
Yeah, it must be a ghost.
It's Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of those. The cases get repetitive. Like it's always like this person lived in this house for years just biding their time and then killing people. And so someone in this room is the killer and we have to find them. Like it's just, it's kind of repetitive and not that exciting to watch, because you're like, okay, well, yeah, they're getting revenge, so they had to infiltrate the household, and then they've been living there for years and years, and now they're gonna act. It's just things like that. So it's not that exciting. Their cases, the your bread and butter is their romance.
Well, on the cases, I find it very interesting because American dramas are very different. Like you have two kinds of American dramas. You have procedural, close-ended cases each week. One episode equals one case. And then you have serialized dramas where the case kind of takes the whole season or entire, 24. It's a whole with one case. These dramas are in the middle where like their cases take 3 or 4 episodes sometimes. So you're dealing with the same cast of characters for the same, like a long part of time, but like it's not long enough to make up the whole season because you still have the overarching, what do you call it? Serialized elements with her backstory and who she is. So I think sometimes it's a strength being able to like stretch a case over 2 episodes, but then sometimes you're like, well, now the case has to be so complicated in order for it to stretch over 4 episodes. It just gets so convoluted. By the end, you're like, yeah, the butler did it. Like, what else are you going to do? It's so convoluted at this point.
Yeah. I guess also like whoever the murderer is, it's so easy. Like right off the bat, you're like, oh yeah, that's the bad guy.
Well, it's easy for you because the like ebb and flow of these dramas, and I'm always like, it can't be that simple. You're like, no, it's the cook. And I'm like, no, but that's so simple. Like, it's so obvious. You're like, no, but like, it's the cook. So I'm always like, no, it's the other guy who's pretending to be the cook. And no, it's just the cook.
Yeah.
I kind of wish American dramas would do more 2-part episodes where a case would not have to necessarily be wrapped up at the end of every episode. I think sometimes our dramas in the States could use a little bit of that without having to go to full serialized one case takes up everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think especially these costume dramas, could do with a little bit of, hey, maybe this case just lasts 2 episodes and not 6.
Yeah. As simple as this drama is, I think this kind of gets, what's the word? Overshadowed by other dramas. This was kind of a melodrama, in my opinion. It's like, it's unoffensive. It's actually pretty good. Like,
You're saying melodrama, not melodrama.
Yeah, a mellow drama.
So like chill.
Yeah. It's like a chill watch is what I'm saying, right? But it's not like it I don't know. I think popularity wise it did pretty well, but it wasn't one of those that like made giant waves.
Right. It wasn't one that everyone was talking about.
Yeah. But then it's also like good. So no one's like hating it either. So it's just like, and for me it was like a very good watch.
And mellow and chill.
Yeah. So if you want something chill with good romance and some cases that, like, is interesting enough.
But like, there's nothing wrong with that, because like I think back, I'm always going back to, because of like the cornerness of this. I think of like NCIS, right? Like, is that the most brilliant show ever written? Not really, but like, there's a reason they used to play it for 24 hours at a time, because it's insanely digestible.
Yes.
Like, it's just a show you can watch like you're eating popcorn. It is empty calories, and you just shovel them down. And sometimes that's okay. Not every show has to make you think and make you question and all these things. Like, sometimes you just want to hang out with characters and watch them do their thing.
Yeah. And I think the best part of this drama is just watching them like know what each other's thinking and like literally could finish each other's like sentences. And that's like the fun part, is that you watch them meet, you watch them have like this kind of like hesitancy towards each other. Then they learn to trust each other. Then they're like, oh, well, of course I have feelings for them, but I don't think it's a good idea. Like, I have this whole secret that he knows nothing about. And then he's like, I already know your secret. I'm not going to tell you I know your secret because I'm not going to blow it out of the water or anything. But I'm going to help you because I find your secret like along the same lines as what I need to be doing, and what's wrong with helping each other. And he doesn't say anything because he's just very supportive. And that's what I like about him. It's just that he noticed things about her, and then he's just like, oh, well, I know you need new gloves, so I'm going to make these really good gloves that like blood won't soak through so you can do your job better. And it's like the most thoughtful and like helpful gift. Is it like super romantic? I mean, it is romantic because you didn't ask for it, and he just thought of you and did it, but it's not like flowers and chocolates, but
Yeah, but that's also impersonal.
yeah.
Like, he's giving her something more personal. It also sounds like what you're saying is that the romance, the pace of the progression of their romance was well paced.
Yes.
That it wasn't necessarily just repetitive rinse and repeat. I think that's one of the hardest things to do with romantic relationships, is make them go the right speed. Like, don't frustrate the audience by making them go too slow, but don't give us everything in the first episode, because then there's nowhere to go and your only choice is repetition or making someone lose their memory. That's your other choice. If you've paced your romance too early, you know what I'm talking about, y'all out there. You see these shows where the leads are like, oh man, the chemistry's so great. Oh, one of them is going to lose their memory. I call it every time.
Yeah, there's no memory loss in this one,
Thank God.
Which is great. It's just so like, I don't want to call it perfect because obviously the cases are not perfect, but it's pretty perfect in terms of like the balance, the acting, the characters. Like, it works, and even the cases are fine. It's like,
there's just nothing like, oh my gosh.
Was, the thing is, I think mainly because I guessed who, like, every person, like, what bad person it was, that I'm just kind of like, oh.
Now you're just waiting for them to catch up to you.
Yeah. So it's definitely not like a, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. Like, I wish there was more like that, but,
But it also feels like we talk about priorities a lot on this podcast, as far as what do the writer and director prioritize? Is it action? Is it romance? Is it storytelling? Is it cases? Like, what is the thing that they want to do the most? And then everything else is second, third, fourth, fifth. And it sounds like the relationships, the character building is what the show's really about.
Yeah.
And the plotting just helps you fill all that in.
Yeah. I mean, they even have like good comedic timing in this. Like, it just, as a whole, it's really well balanced.
Sometimes things just work. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you're doing the things you're supposed to be doing. And maybe, again, like you say, it's not outstanding because an element or two isn't as good as it could be. But at its core, it just kind of works.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of times, like you say, that comes back to characters. If you are on the journey with the characters, it doesn't really matter what they're doing. You just want to see them together doing their thing.
Yeah. Like, all their characters were really good. Like, from, you know, Rui Peng's character's cousin, the girl. Like, she's like the one that befriended Landy Li's character, Shen Wan, like, right off the bat. And she, like, saw through the fake, like Shen Wan's character, like, cousins. And she just has this, like, kind of, like, loyalty towards her, you know? And then, like, her pairing, I believe they're all, God, are they cousins too?
Everyone's cousins.
Oh, he's the actual son of the king. That's right.
Cousins and senior brothers. That's what everyone is.
I don't know. It's like it's complicated because, like, the kings, like, the real, like, the...
Listen, I'm not worried about the lineage.
The imposter king's real son is the one that is with Rui Peng's cousin. I can't remember. But their characters are good, and then he realizes that the imposter king is his real dad, and it's all this, like... I mean, that part was a little convoluted with, like, the imposter king thing, but...
Well, that's what sets the whole thing off, right?
Yeah.
Like, he kind of underlying... I mean, they didn't really spend that much time on it until they solved it, right? Like...
I mean, yeah, it was, like, right at the end, and they kind of figured it out. I mean, because as they were trying to figure out why Qin Wan and her dad had to die, basically. So that was, like, their ultimate goal, is to figure out what was going on. But they didn't put a whole lot of time into that story. Like, it is the last case, right?
Right.
But also, at least it was different from, like, all these weird court dramas that we watch, you know, where it's just like, I mean, it is kind of like Planning a Coup, but not really. I don't know.
I mean, I guess from the scenes and the episodes of this that I did see, this felt like a drama that wasn't milking everything to death. I feel like we watch so much stuff. It doesn't even matter where it's from, that, man, they have to milk every piece of drama from every second, and you're like, I don't care about the crying bad guy. Can we please just move on? And it's sometimes like everything doesn't need to be like 60 seconds of sad music and a montage about their whole life. It's just shut up and move on.
The Imposter King totally had that.
I don't remember, because I remember seeing the episode where they kind of unveiled that, and like they did unveil it, but it wasn't like episode upon episode of like keeping this secret. And oh, who's gonna know my secret? No, I gotta talk about my secrets. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Just reveal it and move on. Like, that's not the part we care about.
That's true. They did do that. They did just kind of like, okay, we revealed it. We saw his backstory. We saw we saw that he felt like the unwanted son because he was sent out of the kingdom. I guess.
I'm not saying the characters can't have backstories. Just kind of sometimes the drama just needs to be the drama, and then keep skating.
Yeah. So, for the most part, it was really good. It was decent. I really love the actors in general.
Well, we've already talked about my homie.
Yeah. He's like, is he your favorite?
I don't know. He's one of my favorites. Although, what's his name? Your boo.
My boo?
Your boo.
No, Yue Ning.
No, the other one.
The other one.
Your other boo.
My other boo. Who's my other boo?
You have so many boos.
I know. I'm trying to figure out which one you're... Joseph Zhang?
No, your other boo.
Your favorite?
Nope.
Oh, Bai Jingting.
Yeah, that's he's my boo too, I think now.
Oh yeah, so Bai Jingting's number 1.
Yeah, and I think Rui Peng is number 2.
Interesting.
I think they're both super watchable.
Yeah.
I think when their faces pop up on screen, like it gives me okay, I kind of trust that this isn't going to be horrible. And maybe they don't write it, they don't direct it, but the performances, I think they commit to their characters, they do a good job, and I think they usually pick decent stuff to do.
We should do a top boos.
Top boos?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do a top boos. Top boos and top bays?
Yeah. Yeah. My number 1 bay.
Okay, stop. Just this one here.
Okay.
Focus. Coroner's Diary.
Coroner's Diary. Which Landy Li is in, and I also really like her.
Is she bay material?
She could possibly be bay material. I do like her a lot, and I do like when I see her, I also trust that it's pretty decent. Like, she is hilarious, but also she does like dramatic emotional scenes really well too, and I find her pretty. She is a little shorter, I guess, for other like people out there.
Oh no, she's too short.
I'm all for a short girl.
Short queens.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Anyway, so I like the cast a lot. I think for me, my rating is Drinks on a Pool Deck.
It's a pretty good rating.
It is. It's pretty high. But I really, really enjoyed it. I remember when we were watching it, I was waiting every week for the new episode, or not every week, every day. I think it was like every day there was like 2 new episodes. I would rewatch this actually.
Now there was another kind of coronary one that was around the same time. I felt like, wasn't there another one that was kind of similar in tone with medical examiners or something, and you were like, yeah, that one's not that great. This is the one that's good.
This one is good. There's been so many coroner ones that I can't keep track. But at the same time we were watching this, we were watching the detective one.
Oh, that's right.
I don't is like Unwanted Detective or something. Some kind of detective with Wang Xing in it. But the detective one, we were watching it at the same time, so right. It was like kind of, I think you were mixing a lot of like what was happening in each one.
That's probably why I got frustrated and dropped this one, and therefore can't give it a rating.
Yeah, we did not like the detective one, so
neither of us finished that one.
No, I finished the detective one, but it wasn't very good.
I think you finished it by fast forwarding most through it. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Anyway, as I believe I'm recommending, I don't know. Are we just not recommending things anymore?
You can recommend things if you want, and if we don't have something to recommend, screw it. We won't do it.
Well, I mentioned back in the day, like it's a 1999 TVB drama called Witness to a Prosecution.
Okay.
Which I believe is in ancient times, based off the character Song Qi.
Okay. So, like we said at the beginning, that drama.
Yeah.
I recommend Briscoe County Jr.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, and that is it for us this week. Thank you for listening.
We'll see you again soon.